Hello ladies, this is Iveta. I'm your postpartum and pregnancy corrective exercise specialist, human movement specialist, helping you with pelvic floor problems. So today I'm gonna meet with Hannah Faye Sharples, my personal trauma therapist. And we're going to do a live session. So you're gonna see how she's going to solve one of my triggers, and how a full-blown session works. So I have to invite her first. So if you bear with me, here we go, invite. There we go. So invite sent, and I have to give her a minute or two for her to join, okay? So there are two previous interviews for you to watch. First one is general trauma therapy. What the heck does that mean? What is it? What does it include? What is fawn? Was it flight? What is freeze? How does that impact your daily life, and how does that impact your body and your pelvic floor? Okay. So thanks for watching, everyone. Uti, I cannot pronounce your name. Uti, Aisha. So thanks for watching. Feel free to drop questions. Oh, hey, Hannah wants to join the video, so I have to accept her. What is this? Oh, here we go. Okay, did I do something, Hannah? It's just as guest requests. Allow viewers. Yes, but no, your invite was sent. And Hannah, I lost the where I can accept you. What is this? Oh, here we go. Oh, there we go. Approve. It took a while. Unable to add request. You can join your broadcast at this. Well, oh, shut up. Just bear with me a little bit. So as I was saying, there are two previous interviews where you can find in my group again that introduced the topic oral, and then the second session is about triggers. Triggers are very important to understand what is triggering you, and then Hannah will explain how that impacts your overall mental health, and your mental health is connected to your body. So I'm not able to get her on board. It says invite sent, but when I approved her request, it said unable to broadcast something. Here we go, another yes, approve again, send request, hopefully this time. Unable to add guest. They can't join your broadcast at this time. Today is the day, one of those days. Okay, Hannah, I don't know, you did something. Maybe keep sending those requests. Yeah, it says, Hannah, comment something, because I see someone's comment. It says, bring them on video. I'll keep asking to join, yeah. Well, it doesn't show with you, bring them on video. There's one viewer, Aisha, and it says, bring them on video, but I don't see that under your name when you commented. For some reason. I mean, it worked 2 times, so hopefully third time is the charm, but we will believe it's gonna happen. I'm not going to obsess about it, and I'm gonna make myself nervous. It's gonna work sooner or later. So, who doesn't know me, full disclosure, I've been working with Hannah for a past year. I've been seeing her on a regular basis. I always had 6 sessions with her or something. I worked with her almost a year, entire year, so more than 6 months. So and I have traumas with small t. So in the first interview, we explained the small t and the big T traumas. That just means that I didn't really have like abuse or something. Yeah, you have commented. Yeah, Hannah, I just, no, I see when there's a viewer, it says bring them on video, and I don't see that under your name. For some, oh, there we go. He sees your request again. Approve. Oh no, I lost it. Oh, here we go. Oh, it says add. Ah, no. It was your name and add, and then there was your name and it disappeared. Oh, there we go. Yes, add, send request. Adding. It says adding. Okay. Adding, it's working. Okay. So as I was saying, so I work with Hannah, so I have full trust in her. I tried her methods. They work with me like a charm, okay? I rehab most of my childhood with her, or rehab, like, and I did really have a happy childhood, but we all have traumas from our parents. Trust me, okay? As much as our parents tried and all good and we love them, is still that I had a lot of burden, and because I'm a woman growing up in a patriarchy, in a man's world, I had a lot of layers of different traumatic events that molded my personality. My parents got divorced. I didn't really feel that it was a problem, but it seems that it was a problem. So when I met Hannah, I felt like I have a wall, like I'm hitting no answer from the video live. Guys, Hannah, what are you doing? I think your internet is slow. So I had so keep just sending the request, Hannah, and one day we'll fill it. In the meantime, I'll just explain what I was fixing with you. I hope it's okay. So I felt like I was hitting a wall, like I was procrastinating so much, and I really wanted, like, I had my dreams and goals. I was starting up my business, and I felt like I was dragging a ball and chain, and it was something like holding me back. That's how I felt. Okay. It was difficult for me to exercise. It was difficult for me to start anything. It kind of felt like, and I really wanted, but when it came to execution, I felt like I was frozen. So it's this freeze. So Hannah helped me identify this freeze. I was frozen. It's a trauma response. Okay. So I was in a state of freeze, and she helped me get it out of my body. Hannah's writing, I'm doing nothing different to the previous times. I believe you. I think it's just an internet connection, because like it's trying too long, and then it says, well, it's too long, goodbye. We're not able to connect. So can you hold on, let me see, do you still have that request? Or maybe I'll do unsend. Can I uninvite you? That's the thing, I cannot uninvite you. Like a request has been sent. And I cannot unsend it. So there's, other than cutting this live and making a new one, I really, can you, I'm thinking, hold on, let me see. Oh yeah, here, hold on. There you go. I got it. Send request. So I keep approving you. It says adding. So let's see if we can have her edit. So I was in a freeze, okay, for those things. Then the other triggers that I had, and we might actually touch on it, is when you keep trying, a person keeps trying, I keep trying to be the best, like, and I'm never like satisfied with myself, and it made me almost like nervous and anxious. So I was feeling really heavy, like I had to do something, and it felt so heavy. Do I have to do this? I had to write this presentation. I have to explain this. And just whole my life felt heavy, and I felt very tired. And it's because my energy was drained. Something was draining my energy. Okay. Since I actually did this thing, no answer from the live video guest. Okay. One more time. I'm gonna send requests. Now, Hannah, I'm sending you a request because I can add any guests to the live. So I send you a request. Now it's a little different. It still says adding. So the end result of my work on my traumas is that I have so much more energy. Guys, you would not believe this. How much I can do actually in the past 2 years I was able to achieve. Okay. So I have my own business, so I work. Okay. I pick up my son, I drive him to things. I finish my human movement specialist certification. I'm starting a new coaching certification as a love and tantric sex coach. Here we go. I exercise 5 times a week, and I feel awesome. Okay, I have so much or more energy, and I can see that, and I can feel that on my day. Like I'm very productive. I do have a little like a break. Hey. So I was just saying I have so much more energy since I started working with you, which is like a side effect of all the things you're gonna get rid of out of your body. Hannah, you look awesome. Okay, first of all.
Okay.
You really look good. Okay, so Hannah, welcome. I knew it's gonna happen, so that's why I said I'm not gonna obsess about it. I introduced myself and I told them that I've been working with you.
Yeah, I was listening. I was hearing it all. I was sending you requests. The fun of technology. Han, we can start. But yeah, because you were in flow there, so I don't know whether you were.
Hannah, do you want to say a little bit still, like introduce yourself still for anyone who doesn't know you yet?
Yeah, sure. So I'm Hannah. I have been a coach for 20 years, an NLP practitioner. I did shamanic work, which involves shadow work, mainly for myself, really. You know, everything I've done has been about improving myself, finding solutions to my problems, which included period pains, fibromyalgia, trauma work. And I became a hypnotherapist 15 years ago. I added other modalities like EFT, that's the tapping, shadow work, which we were discussing when we were prepping for this, weren't we? There are the archetypes, which we could get into. Some people will have heard that you could be stuck in your child archetype or your victim archetype or the saboteur archetype, and that you might want to be more in your warrior, I've got my back, or more in your sovereign. This is what I demand in my queendom. You want to be in your lover, the lover archetype. This is what I love. This is my purpose. This is what I want to do. But shadow work, in essence, is listening to the parts of ourselves that didn't get heard. So in trauma spotting, we do it in a slightly different way, in that we go and hear the inner child. We listen, we support the inner child. Sometimes the victim will be at play as well. The child and the victim can be in cahoots together. So I found trauma spotting, another modality. I'm not sure how many years ago it is now. I was being harassed and I happened to come across it, bearing in mind I've been doing work on myself for 30 something years, you know, starting with counselling at school. And that was due to trauma with a big T, losing my mum at 7. I mean, I heard you say about I didn't have any traumas with a big T for yourself. And some people would say a parental divorce could, for some people, be trauma with a big T. capital T. For me, probably at 3, 4, my parents splitting up, for that little me, that was trauma with a big T. Or the more work I've done on it, the more it's like, yeah, this really was a sideswipe, my dad. You know, we were a strong unit, and then it's not, the rug pulled from underneath me. So yeah, that's probably enough about me and the work I do and how I've come to it. Let me just put do not disturb on. And we talked today, didn't we, that we've said we're going to do a demo, but with actual triggers. And I previously mentioned, well, correct me if I'm wrong, I think we talked about the protocol, didn't we? The process, excuse me, of trauma spotting.
Can you remind us?
Yes. So, firstly, when I work with somebody, and for that person to feel safe, because often our inner child didn't feel heard, didn't feel seen, protected, safe, didn't get their needs met. And we are aiming to cultivate a safe space for people to feel heard, seen, loved, supported. So when people first come, I often say in the first session, it's first couple of sessions really, and some people just go with that. We deal with a trigger that is bothering you right now, because why wouldn't we? Why wouldn't we? If you've got your boss has sent you a crappy email and it's triggered you and you feel angry, you'd like to rant at them, you'd like to tell them where to go, but you've got to remain professional, then within a trauma spotting session, I would guide the client to find the feeling within the body that links to that trigger, say that boss who's sent you a crappy email. It could be I always use when you're driving. Why some days you're driving and you're like, yeah, you go, and you let people go, or you drive at a nice pace, but other days you're like, oh, why are you in your way? And or somebody cuts you up, and that really triggers you that day. So I think driving's a good one because it's a weird scenario. But we utilize the trigger that the person is dealing with, because why not? Why not clear that trigger up so that person is free of that issue? And that issue is like a crappy gift to help us understand why are we so triggered and what's held within the body. The fight, flight, freeze, fawn that was first felt by your inner child. It might not be when we go into the inner child work that it's the first time you felt that. It might be a significant time or a time safe to explore on that session. And that's why I'm saying it's useful to use, you know, some people have come on to, they've booked in with me, they've had a session, then they're like, right, I want to delve into this trauma. And I want to deal with my ex-partner. I want to deal with this, my ex-partner that keeps showing up and being abusive. And I've got to talk to them because we share kids. And I can advise, well, do we want to, can we use a specific situation that you're dealing with them right now, rather than they did this to me and I want to go back and look into that issue? Does that make sense?
So are you saying, like, sometimes, like, for example, for me, like sexual abuse, and I hear often ladies come to me that they were abused, and they tell me that they're not able to do like the EMDR, they're not able, because it's just such a shock to deal with that. So you're saying you don't have to deal with the huge chunk, like the T trauma.
Absolutely. This is where the feeling safe bit is so important with this work. We don't have to go, I've got to go and look at that trauma. I have to go into reliving it. That's traumatic. Why? We don't need to do that. We can use a day-to-day trigger, and then we're listening into what the body, the mind body, because mind and body are one system. We're listening into what the body is safe, feels safe to release right now. So it's about the body starting to trust us, that we are starting to listen to it, because most of the time we haven't listened to our bodies. We didn't know we haven't been educated. We haven't grown up where somebody says, and I think, you know, there are parents out there doing this for their children now. I see that you're angry. I'm next to you. It's safe for you to feel your feelings. It's okay for you to stomp it out. Do you want to stomp it out? Do you want to punch it out? Do you want to get out of this park, away from these people? What do you want to do? So there are parents who will be doing that now for their kids. How many? I don't know. But I think there's an awareness.
Not me.
Yeah. I think there's an awareness, you know, but that's not the norm, and that's what we're trying to do, sort of reparent our inner child through this work. And what we do is we release a layer of fight or flight or freeze or fawn, and sometimes it can be like they're muddled up, you know. It might be that you want to run and you'd like to, you want to punch somebody, but you also want to get away from them.
So, like, is it like with your common trigger, your day-to-day, weekly type of stuff, you kind of like reveal a wound that helps you go like inside of something that is bigger?
Yeah,
like a layer by layer type of.
Yeah. So if somebody can bring again, I know I'm repeating myself a lot, but this a daily trigger, we say I would guide them. Where do you feel that in your body? Not everybody can do that, but that means there's pre-work for me to guide that person through. Can you find the feeling in your body? We rate it, and then I get my telescopic pointer out, and this is to allow us to use the eyes. You know, we know that eyes are the windows to the soul, but they are also directly linked to the limbic system into the body. So I, as we will demonstrate shortly, use this so that you can find the feeling more in the body, which by paying attention to the feeling, we already start to release it. And then we ask the body, when was the first time you felt this? And we have to be careful. I have to, maybe sometimes I might say that slightly differently, but it's trusting the body, not the brain, because cognitively we feel like, oh, it must be from this drama or this thing. It feels like that. And we have to try to do our best to listen to the body, which is a bit weird. I mean, can you remember when I first asked you, can you ask your body, what age did you first feel this? And you were probably like, what?
I remember, because so I was doing lots of meditations before, and I was kind of like training myself to be more in the body, but I never, like, I would say never like practiced it, like never in real life. When someone says, oh, I just felt it, you know, the answer just came to me, I just heard it, I just had a vision. I never had that. But I remember there was one time you were asking me like, so what age do you think you were? And I'm like, me?
Yeah.
No idea. But something said, and I did kind of hear it in my head, but I don't know where it came from. It was like 10.
Yeah.
I don't have any recollection of what's happening at that age. I don't have any recollection of a particular situation at that. I just came up 10 for me, and I said it. I'm like, now I need to trust myself that it is the right answer, and we just went with it.
Yeah, yeah. And then we go in and we be with that version of you, and we don't have to have a memory to go back to. We're going back to that version of ourselves, whatever age comes up, and that feels very much more gentle for the mind, for the body, to go with that, rather than I've got to go and face this trauma. No, you don't have to go and face this trauma. We're releasing, excuse me, we're releasing in a measured way, in a gentle way, in a supportive way. So shall we do it?
We shall.
Okay. So did you have a trigger? And this is another thing I'd say, you know, if somebody is really, really triggered by something, might say, does that feel safe to go there today? Especially on a first session with somebody, does it feel safe? And if you're up for going there, if it feels safe enough to explore the feeling in the body, I always say to my clients, you're in control. If at any point this feels too uncomfortable, too overwhelming a feeling in the body, let's back off. We don't have to feel it fully. Some people may be the other end of the spectrum and going, I think I feel something, I'm not entirely sure. But I have had people who I thought were actually going to throw up because the feeling was so strong. And shall we back off? This feels very, very strong for you. It feels uncomfortable. And they have often gone, no, it's okay, while they look like they're about to throw up. So yeah, the person is always in control. It's always about keeping this safe, supportive environment, space, healing space. So what has been bothering you? And I have to try not to come across like I'm acting, but it's just funny because it feels like we're demoing it a little bit. But
now I'm really, and I have triggers to solve with you, so I'm just trying to relax.
Yeah, take some breaths,
make myself comfortable, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gazing out, I'm not looking at you, I'm gazing at my garden, because that helps me sort of access the subconscious a little bit.
Yes. And some people will know to do, some people, there's a property across the way from me, so when I'm having trauma spotting, I find that I look at this aerial, but that's called a natural gaze spot, but we can use the pointer as well to help. So part of my job at this point is to listen to you, Iveta, or whoever's listening, if you work with me, to listen to what you're saying, what's really going on for you, and feel into the energy.
Okay. So, I have to explain a lot. That's my job, explain things a lot. But so often when I see something either contradictory to what I say, because they just don't know, it's normal, okay? Or sometimes when it's just like someone says something like equivalent of like, I've been doing Kegels and I'm hoping my prolapse will get better. And I hear it so often, like I totally understand you ladies, this is not very well known, like I'm a professional, so I have the information. You ladies are not, your medical providers are failing you, not explaining you. But I feel like I feel like a little jolt, like a little pinch, like in my heart. Okay. And it's like, oh, it's again, like it's
Frustration.
really, it's agitating me. Like, why are people so stupid? But they're not stupid, they're just normal. Yeah. It's like someone,
You are frustrated for them?
Yeah, I don't like, it's even a little more than that. Maybe I'm frustrated for myself, or maybe is it for them? I don't know. It's like someone tried to explain me physics, like they will probably feel the same. Like, what is this lady talking about? She has zero idea. But I understand that I'm the professional and I have the knowledge because I studied it. But why does it bother me so much? Why am I? And I come across like, like a teacher, like really strict, like this is how it works, with very limited empathy and compassion. It's like, there's no way they should know this. They would know this. There's no way. But why is this pissing me off? Like, why is it agitating me?
So
Like, you should know this. You should know
yeah,
this. Like,
so
no, you should.
there's frustration. You're frustrated. They should know.
They should, yeah.
Okay.
But it makes no logical sense to me. I don't say to myself, you should know that. I don't say that to because I know that's not true. But I get this feeling like here, it's like, ugh.
So in your chest,
Okay.
can you find the feeling that goes along with they should know, feeling frustrated? And if you're watching, this can take a little while to find the feeling.
Yeah, I'm trying. I have to calm down.
Well, you can stay with it. You don't have to calm down. You can stay with that, what felt like real frustration. They should know.
It's like when I have to repeat something over and over, but I repeat it to different people, but it just makes no logical sense that I feel this way. It's just like, makes no sense.
Okay. So have you got the feeling? It's in the chest?
Yeah.
And out of 10, how strong is that at the moment?
Like 7. It's kind of like hiding.
Okay. So if I ask you if you could just look at the pointer just for a moment and stay with the feeling, they should know this frustration, feeling in the chest, and just follow the top of the pointer and just notice at any point whether this feeling gets stronger, if it's safe to feel it. 7 out of 10 is quite strong. But just notice what you notice.
Go back.
Yeah, I felt something here.
Go even further back. So kind of there.
Okay.
It's like now in my stomach.
Yeah, and that's kind of normal. That's normal. Often it grows. So if I come down, does that get more or less?
Yeah, it goes more.
More. Even more.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's a bit weird. It's in front of my face, but I could do this. Is that still more?
Mm-hmm.
How strong are we at the moment? Out of 10.
It's like 8.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah. Is that more? Does it feel safe to feel this?
Yeah, but I just see me like breathing harder. Like I had to really go like.
Yeah. And I can feel this as well. So this is the other peculiar thing with this work, that I start to tune into you as a client and feel what you're feeling. So I feel quite uncomfortable inside, sort of in between my chest and my stomach. So sometimes I start to yawn because I start to clear the energy. Now, for some people, this is a bit too woo and we don't have to do it, but I can send energy as well to help. but there is just a natural, remember, we are energy, and this is energy, and this is the most peculiar, magical bit of it. But if you look up brain spotting, this is basically brain spotting, but the trauma piece is that there is focus on trauma, and there is healing sent to support you as a client. Okay, so are we still at 8 here, Rebecca? 8 out of 10?
No, it's 6. Like
It's gone down. Yeah, so sometimes it goes down because we've given it attention. Is it still in the chest and the stomach?
Yeah, like torso. Like, yeah.
So quite strong, but it's really reduced down somewhat from that initial 8 that it went up to.
Yeah.
Okay. So we just give it a moment more, so that we're just allowing the body to process the feeling. And that's where I am processing with you, and the yawning happens, shifting the energy. And sometimes I have a little shake, but I'm also looking for you, the client, you, Iveta, for something. And it can be quite minor, but something to shift a little bit more, just so that we're bringing those numbers down before we move on to the next part. And this is where I ask clients just to pay attention to the body. What does the body want to do? Not cognitively, not from the brain, like I really want to shake this out. When does your body just naturally do that? When do you naturally want to yawn? There's a slight difference, because sometimes when I first started this work, it's like, I want to shake this off. But the ideal is to let the body lead the pace, to let the body lead the healing. Then the body knows that we're really starting to listen. If you've had Reiki before, that's basically very similar to the healing that I'm sending. And if you didn't know that Reiki can travel through, or healing, universal energy can travel through screens, have a look on YouTube. There are many people doing Reiki and other healings online, and people can feel the work, feel the healing work. So I'm watching Iveta and seeing if I've noticed any kind of shift. Can you feel any shift? I've not noticed a yawn or a shake or anything, but can you feel?
Yeah, no, it's going down. Like right now, it's like my belly.
So it's shifting down through the body. So this is another thing. You may feel the feeling going down through the layers of the body. I'm saying layers when I'm actually meaning down through, down and out. Some people it would be up and out. How strong out of 10 is this now?
Like 2.
Wow, it's really gone down a lot.
I feel like I was breathing it out too. Like I was, because I had to I was breathing it out.
Of course, you've done this, you know how to shift this because of having done this work a lot. And this is also a part of what happens when you learn the process. You can do this work on your own, which is, it can be tricky, because we do benefit from having the healing, from having a witness, from being seen, from being held. So because that's dropped so much, we started at 7, we went to 8, and now we've dropped all the way to 2. This feels, and we can put this away. Sometimes we don't need this pointer, but I wanted to do a full demo. At this point, asking you, Iveta, or if you're a client, I'd be saying, can you remember, can you ask your body actually, when you first felt that feeling that you felt that's reduced down, what age did you first feel that feeling that you had in your chest and in your belly?
Well, so like middle school.
Okay. Is that like 13, 14?
Well, maybe even younger, probably younger.
Okay. And so that frustration, maybe not feeling heard, is that what? Let's find her. Can you go and be by that younger version of you's side? Just let her know that you're there.
Mm-hmm.
Let her know you're there without judgment. Let her know that you're there to listen, to understand. And can you ask her, what does she want? What does she need?
Um, I feel like she wants just to be let alone a little bit. Like when when you were a child, everyone's telling you what to do, how to do it.
Mm.
And my mom was a teacher, so she was teaching at home. Like she wasn't.
Mm.
She was a teacher at home, so she wasn't a mom at home. So we got a lot of that. This like less of that soft mom type, but more like the heart, this way, and
Mm.
I suppose I just wanted it to stop or like get away from it. But how can you go away, right? When you're like 10, you can't.
Yeah, you had to. She, your younger self, had to live in there, live with that, experience that, and couldn't get away from it. So just imagine you're with her and you can let her know, that younger you, that you're there to support her. You're there to hear her. What did she love to do? What did you love to do at that age? Or like to do?
Just play and do something playful and not always be reminded of what I'm doing wrong.
Mm. So she'd like to be playing with friends, playing alone.
I wish I could play sometimes with my mom.
No.
But we never did.
Oh. Hmm. I hear you. So just wrapping you in a bubble of love and protection. With her, be by her side, tell her that that was normal, that you wanted that. And you're there to support her now. Maybe you can imagine that you, by her side, with your mum, you could play together. Just see that in your mind's eye now. Was there a special place, a garden, somewhere out the house that you liked to go, that felt safe?
Yes, I'm sorry.
I think it's very brave to do this in your group. Just imagine now that you can go to that place. Was there a garden you liked? Seem to remember there was a garden you used to like. Doesn't have to be there. Just be by her side. Let her know it's safe to play. And imagine that you can invite your mum into this place, this space. Maybe there's some swings or something you like to do. Holding you there. Protecting you in a bubble of love and healing. And you see that young you and your mum in this special place. Good. Well done. This is a big one. What else does that younger you want or need? What do you want to say to her?
Nothing, just that.
Sorry, could you say that again? Just
Nothing. It's just, I suppose. I'm sorry.
it's okay. And this is a massive shadow we've uncovered. And I know from healers I've worked with, when there is the power of other women, and there are other women listening, watching, then deeper healing work can happen as well. But that's not for everybody, and it's definitely not for beginners. But if you check in with that younger you now, does she feel safe? Does she feel heard?
A little bit. Yeah.
What would she like for you or from you? What could you give yourself today or this weekend that would please her?
Then I'm more playful with my son now.
Yeah. So you can play with your son and create that for you, for him, and for your younger self. To let that younger you see yourself this weekend playing with your son. Let her know that that's going to happen. Show her in your mind's eye that that is what's going to happen. And make a promise to her that that will happen. How does that feel?
Much better.
And if I ask you just to zoom out across the timeline of your life and think of times you have been able to be playful, even if just a moment here and a moment there, can you just see those moments in your mind's eye? Just think about the timeline of your life. Times you were playful, even just for a moment.
Yeah, but you know where that was? It was my late 30s. No, it was really when I started with you, because we were also solving that, right?
Yeah. So you've been able to, and obviously, you know, I'm going to ask you, see those moments and bring them into your heart. It is possible for you to be playful. You have that resource within you. You have had moments in your life, even if it's your 30s or us looking at this, you've now got a point of reference so that you know you can honor yourself and be playful.
Mm-hmm.
And can you trust yourself to do that, to honor yourself?
Yes, because when I pick up my son today at 3 o'clock, I will not work. I will stop working, I'll be with him.
Wonderful. And you are giving that to him, and you're giving that to yourself, and you're giving that to that younger you. And that feels very powerful and emotional in a beautiful way.
Yes, it does. Yes, thank you.
You're very welcome. And if I ask you, so the last thing we normally do is if I find that spot, which was about here, wasn't it? And I ask you to think about that trigger that you came up with at the beginning. They should know that frustration in the chest and in the belly. Out of 10, how strong is that now?
It just will have cost me energy to go to that place.
You've been able to release it.
Yeah.
So you've been able to release the trigger that's been bothering you. And you've done some really deep inner child work, which shows you what actually you really need in your life is more playfulness and that connection with your son. And you're going to honor that for yourself and your inner child and your son.
Apparently, because I wasn't expecting this
No.
today. I mean, you know what, that crying is my go-to. Like every time we had a session, I always cried, and I don't mind crying ever, but this crying is, so I always did. So, yeah, but it's like, it's uncontrollable. It's not like I feel like want to cry, but I can stop it. It's like this vomiting. It's like, I don't know where it comes from. It's just like this.
Don't worry,
I just
don't vomit if you do this one.
No, but it's like this something is like I feel like this, like it's going out of me. There's no way stopping it. It's not like, I feel sad, I want to cry. I didn't, it just, and it's so unexpected. Like each time I had a session with you, you were asking me something and I was thinking, and it's suddenly it's like,
Yeah,
like this, and I had to like get it out. And for me, it's cry. For someone else, it's something else.
yeah,
But for
yeah.
me, it was always, and you could see that after you asking questions, but I was not in a place to talk. Like I would still be like, I would talk like this.
Yeah. Oh, 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 she's back.
I was, I didn't know. I'm sorry. Yeah, I had a phone call. I did not know this was a problem. I didn't know that it was a Trump, like
Yeah.
something was bothering me this way. I would never.
And if you excuse the language, you didn't know that this trigger of they should know and frustration was at play, that underneath all it was at play, you know, that you needed to play.
Well, we had a session where we were addressing this.
Yeah.
Which came from completely again different angle.
Yes. Yeah. And we've talked, haven't we, previously, not in a session, but talking about what we do in these interviews, that, oh gosh, my brain's just gone offline. Perimenopause, what great, perimenopause plus grief. What was the last thing you just said?
Well, that it's from a different angle. Like, yeah, I come to you with a trigger and.
Yes, okay, I got it. That often, if we have deep rooted shadows at play, we may find it comes up in different guises.
Mm-hmm.
So one of mine is they're not listening, or they're not there for me, and it looks like it's that friend, or when my inner child, it's probably about my parents splitting up, or my mum dying, or, you know, so there are repetitive patterns, and we can clear them. And once we become aware of them, we can clear it. This old chestnut has come up again. I can sit with it and I can release it. And what do I need to do for myself?
Mm-hmm.
How can I support myself? And so it's like unlocking what's at play, what's underneath, and being able to give to ourselves what we really fully need. And as women, I think, how often do we get to give to ourselves what we fully need, or what we needed as children? So there is magic in the sense that we get to see those deep patterns, we get to release those deep patterns when something comes up in our day-to-day life. Once we've gone through some of this work, you know, it doesn't have to be many sessions, and we start to go, that's why that's annoying me. I can sit with myself. What do I need to do for me here? And that, what we did there about getting you to find the feeling, you can start to do that on your own, so that you can release it on your own. Doing the inner child work can be a bit harder to do on your own, but you can release the trapped emotions because you're suddenly much more aware of them. You can release the patterns, and then you start to have hang on, I'm not getting into that. I'm not wasting my energy on that old pattern again. Thank you. No. You can feel it and release it, and it's done. And so there can be the releasing of the body, the releasing of the fight, flight, freeze, fawn. We learn the protocol, the healing, and eventually we can free ourselves of patterns. And those people that may have watched interview 1, 2, and 3 knew on 1, and I have to be careful here, my beloved dog was poorly, and we had to postpone the second one because he died. And it's 11 weeks in. Oh, I'm doing balloons. That's really inappropriate for what I'm talking about, and I don't even know what I did.
You did it?
There was a balloon there.
I saw them. I don't know what's the.
I have no idea what I did there. Weird. I'm going to say it's a nice little thing from Otis, him saying, just enjoy yourself, because he was a boisterous, you know, fun puppy. He was 9. He wasn't a puppy, but he was my puppy. And if I hadn't have done a lot of this work, losing my stepmom in January and losing my baby dog, you know, he was my baby, I don't have kids, 11 weeks ago, I probably wouldn't be able to be on here. I would probably have been pulled down into maybe a depression, because grief can do that. But I know because of this work, yes, I will have those tears just come out like you've just had, but instead of dwelling on the grief, it's just what comes out. It's a more natural thing because I'm listening to my body. Am I making any kind of sense? It's impacted on how I deal with grief, is what I'm trying to say.
I think it's like, to me, it's my honest, it impacting my entire life. When you think about it, everything that happens in your life, whether you have a conscious knowledge or it was good or bad, it's somehow it's ingrained in you. It's like a layer. And so we have
Yeah.
all these layers. So imagine that I had this experience and I felt this like a child, and now
Yeah.
I'm doing the same thing to my son that my mom was doing to me. So like I'm the teacher and being very strict because I know that of myself. But I just had no idea that when I had a trigger, when someone upsets me or when I disagree with someone, that is somehow connected to that, or it's maybe not connected, but I just get it out of me while
Yeah.
focusing on this trigger.
Yeah.
But it's like it's everything from the childhood we carry into like our adulthood, right?
Mm.
And it forms our personality and forms our reality.
Yeah.
And we think this is our life.
Yeah.
But it's, and you said, what do you remember? I still remember the thing you said with the empty vessel.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That we've got all this stuff going on, and then we clear out the trauma response, aka the fight, flight, freeze, fawn, and we get to this point going, oh, I'm clear, I'm open. And then your intuition can skyrocket because of this work. This is how I've got doing the healing bit. You know, if you told me 5 years ago I'd be online live with you, with somebody going, I'm channeling healing, this is very woo, you know, that would have been a threat to some part of me. That would have, you know, oh, people will think, oh God, what's she on about? This is really woo, it's a bit weird. And being able to embrace it is part of my healing journey so that I can help others heal them. And another bit, you know, but this seems nothing to do with this, but because of this work, as a singer, I have been able to get 10 tracks signed to different record labels. When I've been
Wow.
trying to get music out there or signed or heard for years. Yes, there might not be that have had chart success, but they've been in different like house music charts, and it means other people have found me. So I've been able to get my intuition, healing coming through. I've been able to release my music, get my music heard, do gigs that I wanted to do, deal with grief much better. And now we have a partnership.
Yeah. So to me it's amazing work, like how we think, and I came with this to you. It's like how we think we are, our personalities are, but that's not who we are. We are
Yeah,
buried under the layers and layers of trauma, and then when everything goes out, then we see how our reality transforms, and then like we're different. We're
yeah,
completely different. We have, but then different things. Like I would not say that I'll have a successful business and I'll be working with clients from six time zones. And but I feel like free. Like I was just saying, like in the beginning, I have more energy. This is it because nothing is weighing me down.
yes,
So when I have an idea, when I'm free to listen to my intuition. It's like
yes,
I have a something. Nothing's holding me back
yeah,
because it's able to come out. It's not buried, and I'm not buried between all the thoughts in my head. It's just like I'm lighter.
yeah. You
You
can
know what
take
I
out.
mean?
It's like when you need to rest, you honor that. When
Yeah.
you so it starts to also help us as women, I believe, follow our cycle, follow our energy. You know, once you've had your period, you recognize I'm full of energy, and you can take all these actions and get loads of shit done, get the good shit done. And then when you need to rest later on in your cycle, you're quite happy to do that. because you go, I'm going with my body, and this is what my body needs.
So you like trust your body, trust yourself more.
Trusting in ourselves that is, I think, one of the most important factors. We get to trust in ourselves. We get to trust, I'm going to take that decision, I'm going to do that, and actually if it doesn't go right, that's okay, because I'll learn something from that. Whereas prior to this work, we might be overwhelmed, anxious, feeling stuck in freeze, procrastination. I don't know what to do. Where do I start? Oh, what do they think? What do they think? And in the end, now, we just start to go, yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, I'll do that. And if it doesn't work, oh, hang on, right, okay, I've got to rethink that.
And I see that often in clients. They're like, oh, I'm so overwhelmed. And I see the amount of thoughts that they have in their heads, like, and this is not working for me. And I don't know, like, and I can just like, give yourself a good breath. And they need this work where they be able, like, okay, this is not working, but I can calm down and I'm able to ground myself so much better. Okay.
Yeah.
So I can see those on people who really need this work.
Yes.
How differently do they react to stress, to demands of life, to overwhelm? I also see that often on, like, when I talk to women where like they ask me, what shall I do? And shall I go to see this physical therapist? Shall I sign with your program? Shall I sign with this program? And they literally in a state of freeze, like they don't trust themselves. They're like, I have to ask my husband. Like, why do you need to ask your husband? It's your health. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
what is your husband's going to tell you? You should not take care of your health?
Yeah.
Why? So there's no
yeah. I don't know, completely scattered, or like a rabbit in the headlights. I don't know what to do.
Or scared that they will do a wrong decision. But if you trust yourself, you have confidence in yourself, you're not going to make a wrong decision.
If you're watching this and you feel like that, it's not your fault.
Also a good one.
Society is overwhelming. We haven't been taught how to hold ourselves through this, and that's why this work is so important. And that's why, obviously, I've worked with Avetta, worked with you, Avetta, and you've seen a great outcome for yourself and in your business. And we've talked, haven't we, that I am partnershiping with you. So if anybody's looking to work with Avetta, you can have me as an add-on. And it is, your program is 4 months, and you can have 4 months support with me, which looks like 2 sessions a month. And it's the only way to work with me for that kind of shorter period, because my programs are now for 6 months.
Why don't you tell us how it is, just if someone wants to just work with you? How does that work?
So at the moment, 6 months and 3 sessions, or 2. It's 3 sessions a month, and it's £375 a month, or £2,000 for the 6 months. If somebody really is struggling or wants to just do 1 a month, it would be 9 months, with a reduction in price. But what we're offering is special, because your clients are working specifically on their bodies and the pelvic floor, and so they are open to healing that, and therefore it's like a beautiful add-on to heal what's stuck in the body. And that's why it's a very special deal at the moment.
So just to recap, so I understand, if they just want to work with you, it's a 6 months minimum, 3 sessions a month, £375, because you are in UK. £375 a month times 6, 3 sessions. Okay.
Yeah.
So my program is 4 months.
Yeah.
Because it takes so much to see results in the physical body. Yeah. I often see that, like, my clients need more your work than they need my work. So this is a beautiful combination for those of you who are drawn to this. And I'm saying the word drawn. If
Yes.
you feel a pull,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
again, trust yourself on the pull, because if you're going to ignore it,
Yeah.
something's gonna happen that will you will get shown same experiences into your life that will point to a certain point. It's like universe trying to tell you something. Just listen to yourself, because you will be sorry. At
Yeah.
least listen to the pull.
Yeah.
So
And
mhm.
we've said this is what we're offering as myself as an add-on. It was $350 a month, and you get 2 sessions, and that's 8 sessions. But this is where, if I could do that thing and balloons, if you book in this week, you will get an additional session with me. So you get a free session of hypnotherapy, which would be recorded, so that you have this additional support. And I would like to say 1 or 2 of the 8 sessions can be hypnotherapy as
if
well.
they prefer, but then you'll
Yeah,
decide like together what they
we
need.
would decide. So there's some flexibility within the 8 sessions over the 4 months.
Mm-hmm. So just to recap, if they sign up with one of my programs, but for my program that has 3 tiers, so you can
Yeah,
choose your tier.
yeah,
Um, then it's $350 a month dollars, as opposed to £375. So that's
can,
a huge difference there. And it's for it will be for 4 months, so 2
yeah,
sessions a month.
yeah.
So I'm going to, because if for those who don't know who my program is, there's a video walkthrough of what's included in my program, how that online thing works. You get access to a video library. You have videos that make a Zoom assessment with you, movement assessment, posture analysis. You get access to a community of women. And you get to send me videos of how you exercise so I can see you often. And you get access to office hours 3 times a week so I can see you live and we can exercise and troubleshoot together. So that is my In Control pelvic floor. I'm gonna put a link in this on the video walkthrough where I show you, like share my screen, and you'll see like what does it look like when clients send me video. How does the posture analysis look like? How does the video library look like? So you get to see all that, and you'll see the tiers there, and I'll send also a sign up link, which the tier with Hannah was gonna be the last one. It's all described as you'll see that.
Yeah.
Okay. But the deal is your offer for 9 sessions is only until end of next
Friday.
next Friday. Okay.
Yeah, got a week to get additional free session, so it makes it 9 sessions, like you say. And the price at the moment we've said is for the next 6 weeks.
Right. It's not gonna be there forever. Mm-hmm.
No, so yeah. Last thing, because I'm aware of the time and I do have to go, unfortunately. We haven't forgotten that some of you have asked questions, and if you haven't asked a question and you've watched today, do comment with a question, and we will, or just comment, and we're going to put you in a draw so that you can get one of my power play recordings. So that will be for building your confidence or for releasing anxiety.
Do you know when you will do the draw?
We'll give that till next week, give people a chance, so then we can announce next week. And if there are any really potent questions, we can answer those, can't we?
Okay. Awesome, Hannah. Thank you. I'm gonna take a nap.
Have a great weekend playing.
You too. Thank you. Love you, ladies. Thanks for listening, everyone. Bye.
Bye.